from the Ford Sports Desk, KOMU8 Sports.
Mizzou men's basketball hits the road for the first time this season. They're headed to Ohio to take on the number 21 ranked Xavier Musketeers. This will be the first true test to see how both teams are lining up this season.
Former Rockbridge basketball standout DeJuan Harris has committed to Kansas. Harris originally committed to Missouri State but picked up an official offer from the Jayhawks. Harris helped the Rockbridge Bruins to their first state boys basketball title in March. He played the summer ball this summer for Mocan Elite and recently received an offer from KU. Last night, he announced his commitment to the Jayhawks. The madness of 48 teams in 48 hours will return at the beginning of December. Yes, the Norm Stewart Classic is back for another year. Starting December 6th, it's all basketball all the time for 48 hours straight. It is the 9th year that Stewart is holding the Classic and the first year that the tournament will be held on Norm Stewart Court in Mizzou Arena. The organization previously held the event at Columbia College. Stewart says while it means a lot to hold the Classic on his home court, it's really all about the kids and coaches involved. Big news in Kansas City yesterday. The Royals manager Ned Yost will be retiring after the season, released by a team in a statement yesterday. The Royals did just earn their 100th loss of the season, but Yost knew what he was doing all along. After winning back-to-back pennants and claiming a World Series title in the 2015 season, the Royals began to go downhill. As mentioned in the press release, Yost said, "My plan all along was to get us through the rough times, then turn it over to a new manager to bring us the rest of the way." Columbia Police painted pink yesterday at Ellis Fischel Cancer Center. The Police Officers Association raised money last month through the Pink Patch Project for breast cancer awareness. Officers swapped out normal badges for the special pink patch the entire month. They raised about $3,600. Officers will start selling the patches again in January, and you'll see officers wearing them again in October. The Missouri football team has endured an eventful offseason despite facing a postseason ban from the NCAA for academic fraud. The team seems to be concerned with only the 12-game regular season schedule. The NCAA dealt Mizzou significant punishment earlier this year. Among the sanctions are a postseason ban, scholarship reductions, and recruiting restrictions. Mizzou has appealed those sanctions. Clemson transfer quarterback Kelly Bryant has already proven to be a leader for this Tiger squad. He says the team is only focused on the regular season. Missouri football is looking to move on after their performance in Wyoming this past weekend. One major problem the Tigers faced? Defense. It has been the biggest concern since Barry Odom took over as head coach. On Saturday, Mizzou's defense recorded 0 sacks, 0 interceptions, 0 fumbles, and just 2 tackles for loss. Returners like Cale Garrett and DeMarcus Acey said earlier in fall camp they felt something special this year, and Odom says it's not quite done yet. He says he has full confidence in Coach Walters and Coach Haley. The Cardinals officially kicked off the second half of their season Friday night against the Diamondbacks. They fell by a score of 4-2 with all 4 Arizona runs coming on home runs. Last night, the Redbirds looked to bounce back behind the arm of Dakota Hudson. They have won 8 of the last 9 games Hudson has started. Tyler O'Neill will get things started for the Cardinals in the bottom of the first. He hits a liner just inside of the left field line. Paul DeJong comes around early to score, and the D-backs try to relay to the plate, but Goldschmidt hustles around to score from first. O'Neill's double puts the Cards up 2-0. Arizona would not go down easily. Nick Ahmed lines one right back up the middle, and Adam Jones is in to score. Throw to third allows Ahmed to get to second, bringing the score to 2-1. But Tyler O'Neill was not done. He would drive one to the opposite field, up and over the right field wall, gone. Tyler O'Neill drives in all 4 runs for the Cardinals, and they win 4-2. And that's all for sports.
Now from the Ford Sports Desk, KOMU8 Sports.
It's been a slow start for the defending Stanley Cup champions this season, starting with 6 wins, 3 losses, and 3 losses in overtime. However, it's not going to get much easier for the Blues as the team announced yesterday that the star player, Vladimir Tarasenko, is out indefinitely with a shoulder injury. Now, the video does not seem too aggressive, but as you can see here, he bumps into this Kings player while going for the puck. While it doesn't look like an injury occurred, Tarasenko would leave this game and not return. The team says he will undergo surgery later this week and won't be reevaluated for 5 months. Mizzou football has this weekend to rest up before visiting Georgia in 12 days. While the Tigers try to put Saturday's loss to Kentucky behind them, we're looking through the numbers. Columbia Missourian football reporter Nick Kelly has this number to know. Speaking of Mizzou's numbers, Mizzou volleyball has taken home yet another weekly award. Mizzou's Andrea Fuentes was named SEC Setter of the Week and SEC Overall Player of the Week. This marks Fuentes' 7th SEC honor of her career. Over the weekend, Fuentes produced 89 assists, including 51 in Sunday's win over Mississippi State, which is the highest by an SEC player in a 3-set match this year. Fuentes is also making her name known nationally with the second best assist per set and second best hitting percentage in the NCAA. Speaking of local college sports, a little in-town rivalry game between Columbia College and Stevens College will be taking place today. The matchup will be in women's soccer. Stevens is looking to get the ball rolling, attempting to pull off an upset while currently standing at 6-10 on the season. However, Columbia College is looking strong this season, standing at 13-3, while on a 10-game winning streak. The game today will start at 6 p.m. at Marvin Owens Stadium. Moving from college sports to high school sports, each week, KOMU and the Columbia Missourian bring you full coverage of Friday Night Fever. Here are some sights from last Friday night. First up, we have a sweet shot of the coin flip before the Tolton Christian game. Christian ended up winning the toss and elected to defer. This photo captures more than just football. A Francis Howell player assists in helping up Rockbridge senior Brett Mooney after a play. It was a tough battle, but the Bruins went on to lose this one 14-7. In the final photo of the night, we have Christian High School's AJ Taylor hugging his mom, Audrey Carter. This comes after the Eagles win over Tolton High School. Be sure to stay tuned for Friday Night Fever this week as we are now in playoff week in high school football. And that's all for sports.